Hello, everybody. How are you doing? How are you doing? This is the S. Anthony Thomas. It's the S. Anthony Thomas Show. I am back with a video component. We're going to try doing video from now on. This is episode number 186, and I'm just going to dive into this because I just want to talk to you about people that ruin your good time. Sometimes they do it on purpose, and sometimes just their existence alone is enough to mess your good time up. And when I was thinking about this is because I'm on the app Blue Sky now, and there's a lot of people going from X over to Blue Sky because they think that X is toxic. And I don't really go on X anymore. I'm on Blue Sky and Threads and all that kind of stuff. But what I've noticed is that people on Blue Sky have been complaining, and what they've been saying is, "Hey man, you got X with your stuff, man. Why you following us over to Blue Sky to argue? Why you coming over to Blue Sky to argue with us, man? We don't want to be around you with your toxicity, and we want to be over here." And I can understand that. I can understand if some place is toxic and you don't want to be there anymore. It makes sense to me. If you're hanging out with a bunch of people and they're horrible to you or you don't like them, you should be able to just roll up out of there. Leave. But the thing about it is, from what I understand, is the people from X that they were arguing with have followed them over to Blue Sky to fight with them some more. If I'm throwing a party and you're hard and I don't like you and you leave, I'm cool with it. What happened to that dude that stinks? He left. Yes. I'm not going to go, "Hey, I don't like that guy. Where's he going? Let's get in the car and follow him." Oh, you thought you were going to go shopping, huh? Oh, no, you're not. You stink. Let me slap that box out of your hand. Blah. That's what I don't like that cereal, so you can't have any of it. How about that? That makes no sense to me. So what I'm saying is, from what they've said, the people from X have come over to Blue Sky and ruined their good time on Blue Sky. I can relate to that. I don't get a lot of hate on Blue Sky because I really don't have that many followers yet because I just started using it, but I get the point. But what I wanted to talk about on this episode was how sometimes people can mess up your good time and not even realize that they're doing it. I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. It was a girl I was seeing a while ago, a long, long while ago. My hair was only a little bit gray at the time. That's how long ago it was. And we had been dating for a while, long enough where we were regularly, if you understand what I'm saying. I'll give you another hint. If you understand what I'm saying. Boom, boom, jiggity, boom, the boom, jiggy, jiggy. If you understand what I'm saying. So it was not a big deal that we boom, boom, jiggity, boom, the boom, jiggy, jiggy, because we were regularly boom, boom, jiggity, boom, the boom, jiggy, jiggying. Okay. And sometimes we would boom, 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 right? And her friends would call. Now, they weren't trying to do anything, they just wanted to talk to her. But because we were in the midst of or about to, she would get rid of them quickly. I'm in the middle of something. I can't talk right now. I'm in the middle of something, which was not quite true. I was trying to get into the middle. That's a great one. Write that down. That sucked. Back to the story. But she would get rid of them. So that's what I was used to. I would come over. We were about to hoo, 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 hoo. Somebody would call and she would get rid of them. She would dump her friends because like call them back in a couple hours. It's okay. But this particular occasion, we were about to so much so that in the middle of the floor was a pile of clothes. And those clothes were previously being worn by her and me. But at this particular time, they were not being worn by her and me. They were being worn by the floor. That's how close to we were. Phone rings. I'm not thinking anything of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not thinking anything of it. I'm just thinking of her friends again. She's going to get rid of them. She's not even going to put any clothes back on. She's going to get rid of them. And I notice she's still talking. I'm going, oh, I hope one of her friends is not like stuck on the side of the road or something like that because that's acceptable. No, this is important. This is fun. But if somebody needs her help, and then I realize when I'm listening to her that she's not talking to her friends, it was her parents that called just to talk. How do you think that's going to work on the mood? Because I'm standing there, let's just say ready to go. Hmm. And she's standing there wearing nothing. Now, I don't know about you, but even if you're on the phone, if your parents are on the other end of the phone, even if they can't see you, which they can't, you don't want to be standing there not wearing anything. Hell, no. And she was not wearing anything. Oh no. Right? But I was hoping she was going to get rid of them. I was hoping beyond hope. Because she can call him back in a couple hours, no big deal. And at first she has a little happiness on her face. And then she realized I'm standing here talking to my dad wearing nothing. And I'm looking at my boyfriend, who's me, who's, let's just say, ready to go. And the mood is, and I'm watching the moods just drain out of her face. She had a look in her face like I'm about to get some action. And this is great. We're going to have fun. And then their faces is, mm. It was like somebody slashed a car tire. The mood was draining from her face. Now, I can't do anything that's going to change that. If I do anything like, move to where she can see how ready I am by moving closer or moving up and try to slob her down on the shoulder. I'm not going to do that because that ain't going to make it any better. I can just hope that whatever her parents were going to say, it was like, your cousin's birthday thing, so make sure you get the gift to them, or okay, we're going to see you this Christmas, right? Or okay, give us a call back later. But they still talking. But she's still naked, so there's still a chance something might happen. Just be cool. Just be cool. Relax, bro. Relax, bro. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be all right. Just relax, bro. Relax. And she's walking towards the pile of clothes. I'm hoping she's just walking in that general direction. Please don't touch the clothes. Please don't touch the clothes. First thing she grabs up is my clothes. I'm thinking, okay, maybe because she had a pet peeve of having clothes in the middle of the floor. Maybe she's moving. She grabbed my clothes. Okay, and she's kind of okay. She's folding them. Okay, so maybe this is just something she do. How sometimes you do busy work. You're talking to somebody. You're tapping a pencil. Maybe she's just doing busy work. She's like, let me fold these clothes up and then dump my parents off of the phone and then get it on with him. Maybe that's what she's thinking. And now she's heading towards her clothes. Maybe she's gonna fold them. She just put her socks on. She does have cold feet. That might not mean anything. That might mean nothing. Her feet just might be cold. That may not mean that the whole day she just put her underpants on. This is not good. This is not. But the bra goes on. When the bra goes on, game's over. I'm like, oh, now I know game, set, match, and back on goes the skirt. Great. She just put her shoes on. Oh, she's now pointing to me and pointing to something on me. She's making the like not gonna happen hand signal, and she points to my clothes and she motions as if she wants me to put them on. Why didn't I hang up the phone? I mean, not hang up the phone. Why didn't I unplug the phone? Why didn't I just put the air? This is horrible. So I begin putting on my clothes and I'm already disappointed, but I'm not going to show disappointment on my face. Not going to do it because I don't want to be going, so you just so busy thinking about that that you don't care what my parents are talking about. So I'm putting on my concerned face. I hope everything's all right. And I did hope everything was all right. But I was still hoping, I hope everything's all right enough that you take your clothes off and we can finish what was about to happen. But like I said, her shoes were on. So this looks like we're going someplace. Oh, oh no. And what made it worse was she was wearing an outfit that I had requested and stuff under the outfit that I requested because I wanted to see that stuff be wearing that stuff and I wanted her to take that specific stuff off so before we could get to do stuff. Oh. And as it turns out, her parents needed a favor, which under normal circumstances I'm cool with. And I was cool with it now. I would have been cool with it if it would have been 90 minutes later when they made this phone call, but that's all right. So now I got to go hang out with her and her parents, who I liked at the time. I still like her parents, but I still like her actually. But we go back. So now I got to sit there and hang out with her parents all day because she forgot that we were supposed to go meet them and hang out. So I'm sitting there and she's wearing the you're definitely going to get some action dress, which she only wears for that particular purpose. And I got to sit there watching her and and you going to get action dress, and her parents are talking, hey, you know what, that's something we're going to do is we're going to be very, very charming. No, we're going to do, instead of hanging out and having some kind of brunch or whatever we're going to do, we're going to turn this into a whole day so you can watch our delicious daughter walk around in that dress we've never seen that dress before. We're going to watch her walking around in that dress, and we're going to watch you doing this. As you watch her walking around in that dress, we're gonna watch you drool over. Why are you drooling on yourself? Why is your hand shaking? Why are you staring at our daughter and doing this? What's going? Oh no, my mouth's dry. That's the only reason. Definitely not imagining what I would like to be doing with your daughter right now. And they're good people, but they just came in and messed up the good time we were about to have, and they didn't even realize it. Now, as it turns out, all was well because I was smart enough to realize you like these people, you love her, you love them too. So just enjoy hanging out with them. Enjoy the day. You know what's going to happen afterwards, right? Because the more fun you have, the more fun the whole day is going to be. Don't be a spoil sport. Just enjoy the day. You know what I'm talking about. So of course I was like, hey man, oh, they want to go antiquing. That's going to take another 2 hours. That's fantastic because we went out with them early in the day, and then it turned into a thing. We might as well have dinner since we're out here. Great, another 2 hours. This is going to be great. We're going to be getting home like 10:30. Mhm. And then we finally drop off her parents, and we go. I'm going back to drop her off at her house, and I'm looking at her, and I'm like, well. I gotta try to make some hints here because I still want to finish up what we were about to do. And now that I've been staring at you all day in that dress, when normally that dress is only on for about the amount of time it takes you to walk into the apartment, close the door, turn around, and then you do a little, do a little dance, and then it goes off, and then I go off. You know what I'm saying? So we're driving home, and I'm trying to drop hints. Man, oh man, you've been looking kind of good in that dress. I tell you, you look fantastic. Thank you. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, and you ain't got to get up early tomorrow, right? Because she goes, no, of course not. He's talking about, I said, yeah, I remember, I get a rain check on earlier today. She goes, of course. So everything worked out. I just got my fun time delayed by the whole day. But they're sweet people that they didn't realize it. And a lot of times people don't realize they're messing up your good time. They have no idea. So you can't take it out on them. It's like what I was talking about in the beginning of this episode with the blue sky thing, where people from the other apps that they people in blue sky perceived as negative, and all the other kind of things. They didn't want them coming over there starting any crap, so they just started blocking them because that's what you got to do sometimes. If you're on an app and somebody's giving you a hard time, being mean to you, being nasty to you, you're on blue sky, they come from another app, all you got to do is block them. Block them, block them, block them, block them. There's no reason to argue. I'm in my 50s now. I'm not arguing with anybody. I don't have time for it. I don't have to. I got a car and I got a house. The car will take me away from you, and you ain't got keys to the doors. I don't got to deal with you. I don't want to have to put up with any crap. Hey, man, nope. And problem solved, right? But that's the thing, though. Even if you start something, get something going on, you could be throwing a party. And you realize if you don't control the people that come to the party, you don't control how many people come to the party, to your house, the more people come in, the more odds that somebody is going to come in that's going to be a big idiot. Right? And if you get 50, if you get, say you got 10 people in the house having a small house party, if one person or two people are determined to be bleeps and ruin the party, even though the other eight people are fantastic, two people can ruin it if you don't get rid of them. They can walk in, hey, I see you have a spread of food, and knock it on the floor. But there's eight people that are great, but the two people, because the small number of people who are loud, obnoxious, and mean can make it all bad. I was watching a series, it was a thing on PBS. I think it was American Masters or American History or something like that on PBS. And they were talking about the summer of love. Now, obviously, I wasn't born yet. This is before my time, but we know about it if you know anything about it, if you know a little history. So it's the Haight Ashbury in San Francisco. And they had all these quote hippies unquote hanging out there, flowers in their hair, having a great time. Hey man, love, peace, soul. And in the beginning, it probably was a beautiful thing because the people that were there with good intentions. And then what started to happen? People from around the country became aware of it, and more people came with good intentions. Yeah, man, peace, love. And unfortunately, teenagers started showing up who ran away from home. Oh no. Now what starts to happen? Now You got a bunch of teenagers running around, and you got summer of love happening, and you got teenagers away from their parents who are going to go against rules. I've been a teenager doing comedy because I started when I was 17 years old, and I was away from my parents, and I know what I did. I mean, I was smart enough to wait till I was, well, that's not, well, never mind. I might edit that out. Moving on. But I wasn't 3,000 miles away or 1,000 miles away. I was only like 8, 9, 10 miles away or 20 miles away. What would I have done then? Nobody to stop me from doing anything. Oh, right? So what starts to happen? All of a sudden, people who are not the nicest people who are substance sellers, go, wait a minute. A bunch of young hippies and young women who are fighting against the rules and want to be rebels away from their parents and their homes. I think we have something good going on here. And what happens? All of a sudden, the other people start showing up. They start showing up with substances that one needs not ingest. They started coming in with behaviors one needs not do. And all of a sudden, something that was just a nice little moment turns into something completely different. Everything would have been fine if they'd have just had a little summer of love, had a little fest, and went home. But they stayed a little too long, and these other people started showing up. And what did they do? Bang, mess it up. All of a sudden, something that could have been really nice got messed up by people who showed up and did some stuff they shouldn't have done. It happens all the time, and it's very similar to what's happening on Blue Sky. They're showing up there, they're trying to have a great time. They don't want to be sitting there fighting with anybody. They don't want to have any arguments, but all of a sudden the people are showing up trying to fight and argue. Well, guess what? Just like a party, your life is like a party. And you can decide who you want in it for the most part. And if people come to the party that are going to mess it up, all you got to do is block them, block them, block them. That's all I'm saying. And as a guy in his 50s, like I said, I don't have to deal with anybody I don't want to deal with for the most part. You give me a hard time, I punch you. I punch you. Not punch you, but punt you. Punt you the heck out of there. I ain't got time for that crap. You dig? So here's my, as I wrap this up, here's my little saying for you. If they stink, get rid of them. Get rid of them. You don't have to have people around you that give you a hard time. You don't have to have people around you that mess up everything, even if they unintentionally do it. If you have an opportunity to get rid of them, just get rid of them. Now, in the case of my girlfriend's parents, I didn't want to get rid of them. They were just trying to hang out with us. No problem. That I was just using them as an example of somebody who messes up your good time without knowing about it. But the equivalent of getting rid of them is that never happened again because I made it a point to go to the phone and unplug the phone. So when you called the house, all you got was, we're not here right now, or I'm not here right now. Please leave a message. We're definitely not getting it on in the kitchen. I didn't put that part in there, even though that's what happened. I mean, no, it didn't. It's been long enough. Yes, it did. Also, the living room and the dining room and the bathroom and on the porch. Good times. All right, folks. That has been this episode of the S. Anthony Thomas Show. We're going to be adding a video component. I hope you like the video component. I'm assuming you do because, quite frankly, I'm looking at myself right now and I'm pretty daggone cute. If you're on the audio component, you're probably just enjoying my smooth tones. You should probably also watch the video. I'm quite cute, if I say so myself. But if you want to say it, feel free to do so. I would encourage it. Help an old man out. Dag nabbit. All right, folks. I'll see you next time. Much love to you. Thank you for stopping by, and I will see you again next time. Take care.